My name's Jo Parrott. I'm the founder of the Ladies Working Dog Group. And now I just want to talk to you about something this evening that maybe you've gone through with your dog today, or maybe you went through on the weekend with them. And this is the idea that we've talked about it with women, but we've talked about it with dogs as well, that the dog's too much, right? And you might have been told that dog's too much for you, that dog's too much, that dog's a Ferrari, that dog is too much for you to handle. Like put a comment into the post below, like literally let us know what people say to you. Do they say to you, you don't know what you're doing with that dog's too much because you haven't got enough experience, that dog's too much something? And there's been a huge backlash, hasn't it, on the news about people saying this about women, too much, how much is too much? And it's a little bit the same for our dogs. Really what we're saying is any sort of emotional outburst from them is not allowed, not expected, that they should behave more, they should be quieter more, they should be more meek, shall we say, for want of a better word. And that's not really fair, is it? We don't want it for our ladies in the universe, in the world, so why should we want it for our dogs? And why I say this is because there's a reason why your dog may be being too much, if it is indeed even being too much. And they normally come down to two things, right? One is there is like a emotional response. They're overexcited by something. The environment is overstimulating them and they are like, look at this, look at this. And like, I'll put some human emotions onto this right now, because I can't give you the dog's exact words for it, but they're like, look what's over there, look at that squirrel, let's go sniff this, let's go do that. And their head is all over the place. And we can be a little bit like that as well. Like, do you know when we go on holidays, we go to somewhere fantastic, it's a new hotel, and we walk in and we're like, wow, look at that. We start seeing loads of stuff. We're seeing paintings on the walls, we're seeing the vases, we're seeing, the view out of the window, we can see the bar, we can see what's going on in the restaurant. And it's just so much. Our kids get more excited by the moment, and it's because the whole environment is so, so different. And we are going through a different range of emotions. And there's also the other thing, which is more about a training gap, where this can be called out of control. So overexcitement is one thing, out of control is another. So out of control might be that you can't get the dog to come back in any environment, okay? So every time you take the dog out into the same garden day after day, it won't recall to you. So that's a bit of a training problem. It doesn't know to come back to you when you do something. There's a gap there. But that's very different to overexcited. And I hope that's making sense. And I'm certainly not the experts. The experts talk to our members about this all the time. But I just want to talk about this idea of knowing, I suppose, that the dog's not doing it on purpose. And the reason I want to talk to you about this as well is because I've always been blessed with, I suppose, or unlucky enough to have had really well-trained, well-bred spaniels. It's been fantastic in some ways because they have been quick and fast and look amazing when they're working. But in other ways, it's been terrifying because they're quick and fast and sometimes they're 10 steps ahead of me, right? And if you know what that feels like literally just pop a me too in the comments. It can happen to us all. And I will be the first to say, sometimes I've thought my dog is too much for me. But we aren't fair on ourselves because I've talked to people about this before. When I was learning to ride, I was a complete idiot and the horse was a school mistress. So between us, she taught me the whole experience should be like. She took care of me. We don't have that with dogs. It doesn't happen. On the majority of situations, it tends to be that you've got a novice dog and a novice handler, or a brand new pup and a completely new to what they're trying to do owner. And that can be terrifying because both people are overexcited by the situation. We are maybe a little bit quick to control, like don't do that, because we're trying to do everything perfectly. So we put quite a lot of pressure on a very young pup to not get it wrong. But in doing so, we actually make it far worse than it needs to be. And we both have emotional issues going on there because neither knows what the other wants. I talk about this a lot in my book. I talk about this a lot in our group. And my father used to say to me, two minds working as one, and the one on top, because he was talking about horses at the time, one on top's the idiot. And he was quite right, because we've got a lot of things going on in our own minds too. What we see owners do, and sometimes trainers, is they try to squash that energy. They try to squash that overexcitement. And that's the last thing you want to do. Like, it's the last thing as ladies we want done to us. And, you know, you see this on like reels and stuff and TikTok all the time. There's too much back. We don't want to squash it in our dogs either. We want to learn to work with it and cope and control with it in a way that it's enjoyable, because it can be scary if you have got a gun dog out of control in the field, won't come back to you, not listening to you, and you're thinking they're going further and further away. What shall I do? How do I handle this? Our experts on Friday, we're going to be doing a live webinar, totally free for everyone, giving back as much as we can. Totally brilliant masterclass on basically overexcitement and focus. So it's called Trained but Testing Me. We all know that feeling when you're like, I'm sure you know this dog, why are you now not listening to me? Like, we've all been there, yeah? And you can put a yes in the comment if you felt that too. Join us for that webinar. It's totally free. The registration link is in the comments. You can join us, or if you're listening in on Instagram, just comment testing me and it'll literally send you the link. You can register up for it. It is going to be busy. We've got hundreds and hundreds of people already registered. It's probably going to be one of our most popular webinars, free webinars that we've done. We haven't done one for a little while, and they're always really, really popular. So make sure that you've registered and that you're with us early so you get a space. Once all spaces are gone, that will be full and that will be the end of it. We are giving away, courtesy of Field and Fireside, £150 prize of basically loads of stuff. If you are into training your dog, you will want this prize, and it will be only for people who are live with us on Friday night. It's 7 o'clock. It's the 4th of April. You can register using that link this year, and we're going to be talking about all these things. And not only are we going to be talking about them, we're going to give you really, really good practical things that you can do to minimize that feeling of overexcitement and overwhelm that both you and the dog feel. So I hope you'll join us. I hope you have a fantastic evening. I'm going to leave you now because this was a very, very quick live. And make sure you sign up for it. Make sure you come and spend your time with us. It's going to be me. It's going to be our LWDG group experts, Claire Denia, Gemma Martin, Samantha Thornycroft Taylor. Absolutely loved, absolutely adored by all our members, people that they speak to inside our group, outside our group. They are fantastic ladies. They do our podcast with us, Found It, Fetched It. That's open to literally everybody. You can find it on your podcast platform. And what they don't know about gun dog training probably isn't worth knowing. So they're definitely worth listening to. I love listening to them. I learned so much from them. I've been working with them now for nearly 10 years, and they have taught me so much, and there's still so much I want to learn from them. This is really apt at the moment because I'm about to go and get a puppy. I haven't had a puppy for 8 years, so I'm really, really nervous about that. So I will be taking notes along with you all about how we can make sure our dogs are not in any ways what we feel is too